MGM Resorts expects that the September cyber attack against its casinos will have a $100 million negative impact on its third quarter earnings. The company, which refused to pay the hackers' ransom demand, made that prediction in a Thursday regulatory filing. The attack sent MGM's Vegas Strip casinos, or other operations, into chaos and also crippled its properties and technologies around the nation. In an email to customers, MGM Resorts CEO and President Bill Hornbuckle writing, quote, "We responded swiftly, shut down our systems to mitigate risk to customer information, and began a thorough investigation of the attack. We've determined that because of our fast, early response, the incident did not result in a compromise of any customer bank account numbers or payment card information."